Welcome back, fellow Saiyans and other life forms, to Saiyan TCG. Bruce Ellis here. And if you follow me on my Twitter, I said that I had picked up two of the black structure decks. I picked up two of these. I opened one off camera, and then I'm going to open this one on camera. But yeah, and since, if you don't know, I'm not sure if it's everywhere. It should be everywhere, but if you get two starter decks, you get a dash pack. Ended up getting another one of the combination attack pans. I was hoping to get a Kaba finally, but no. But still, apparently Pan and Kaba are like the two hardest ones to get. And I mean, Pan's not that bad. She has a good permanent effect and a good main, so not bad. Now I got two of those halfway to a playset. Let's get into this. So this is the Dark Invasion with the Mass Saiyan or Bardock. There's the card list if you want to pause it, but I'm going to go through the deck anyways. So yeah. So it's 50 cards plus your Bardock leader, so that's 51. It comes with a little playmat. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use the playmats before, because most people just play with a regular mat and then you just make your own zones. So yeah, I mean, you could use these. I mean, people were starting the game. This is probably pretty good, so then you know where things are. So you have your leader area, your battle area, combo area, your energy, your drop, your deck, and then your life. They don't have warp on here. They probably should have, but yeah, it doesn't have warp on here in case. You're hoping to it, but it also gives you like frequently asked questions. What different things mean, like what's indestructible, what's Xeno Evolve, what's ultimate, what's barrier, stuff like that. And then some quick questions and answers. So I mean, yeah, these come in all the structure decks. And then, yeah, let's get rid of that. And then of course you got your deck. Has a little tab on it. Let's see. I think it's on the side. Yep, right here. Then you just pull it and slides off. So, of course, we got the Mass Saiyan, or Bardock, and the Bardock Unbound by Darkness Awakened side. So I'm just going to sleeve this real quick. And a perfect fit. So Mass Saiyan, if you don't know what it does, basically activate main once per turn. Place the top 3 cards of your deck in the drop area. If you place a black card in the drop area, this card gains critical. And then any other color, it gains 5,000 power. But it doesn't stack. Like, let's say that you discard 3, you get a black card and like 2 greens. Since this is this deck runs green, I'm just using it as an example. It wouldn't be plus 10,000 and critical. So like once you hit a color, that's the 5,000. That's it. And then the critical, like if you get 3 black cards in there, you only get 1 critical. Then Awaken, if you have 4 or less life, you may draw 2 cards and flip it over. So it's basically the old Awakening where you draw instead of the new untap energies. Then you got Bardock Unbound by Darkness. Same ability, but now he's a 15,000 power. So you mill 3 cards. If you mill black cards critical, you mill any other color, then it'll be 20k critical. And then when this card attacks, you can draw a card. So on the front side, he can't draw cards from attacking, but when he's awakened, then you can. Then we have one of the awesomest cards probably in the deck. You got Killer Sword Trunks. You get one foil and one non-foil. I'm gonna read from the non-foil one. So it's Xeno Evolve for 4 on top of a Trunk Xeno, and then has double strike, and its auto is when a card evolves into this card, choose one battle card from your warp with an energy cost of 3 or less and play it. So you could have like hold on, let's see. So basically, like this card, or like your 10k combos or something like that. Like you could, if it's in your warp, you could get it back and then play it. So it's pretty good. I mean, it's a good way to like bring back other like other cards that you have to overwhelm, because then you're not paying the overwhelm, so they get to stay permanent. So yeah. And I actually got, since I got the 2 starter decks, I have a play set of those, so that's pretty awesome. I don't know, I might actually try to maybe trade these up to get 2 more foil ones, just because the foil one looks really awesome. So, yeah. Then you get a play set of Quick Blade Trunks. This is another starter deck exclusive, along with the Killer Sword Trunks and the Mass Saiyan, the Bardock leader. So Quick Blade Trunks is just an Overwhelm 2, has no other effects, and it's just Overwhelm 2, 15,000 power. So yeah, I mean, it's good for you could use it to evolve to this, so it like gives you other chances, because there's another Trunks in here. So I mean, you basically have 6 Trunks that you could use to evolve into this. But this one's alright. I mean, I guess good for pressuring. And then we have another exclusive, which is Encroaching Threat Mass Saiyan. So you get 2 of these in a deck, and its permanent is when this card this card could attack battle cards in active mode. And then its other permanent is if you sent 7 or more cards into your warp, reduce the cost of this card in your hand and warp by 1, so it becomes a 3. So that's pretty good. So I mean, like once you have the 7 cards in your discard, you could use this to get this back, and then you got 2 20k cards on the field. Not too bad. And yes, again, since I bought 2 of them, I actually have a play set of those now, so that's pretty awesome. Then you get 2 Mira Power Aura Mira. It's Overwhelm 3, 15,000 power. Its permanent is if you have 3 or more cards in your warp, this card gains 5,000 power. You have 5 or more cards in your warp, this card gains an additional 5,000 power. So basically, once you have 3, this is 20,000 power, and then later on, it becomes 25,000 power for 3 Overwhelm. So that's pretty awesome. I think this is a good card. And of course, I mean, now, since I got the other starter deck too, I got that play set of those, so yeah, hoping to use those. Let me just go real quick, because it goes to green cards, but I'm gonna show the other black cards that are in the deck first, because I mean, those are probably like the better ones. So you get 2 Unrelenting Assault Trunks. In my opinion, this is the better Trunks than the other one, the starter deck one. This is just like the one from the set, from Crossworlds. So it's Overwhelm 3, 15,000 power, but if you send this to your warp, like through an effect, or like the Xeno evolve into the Killer Sword Trunks, it sends it to your warp to evolve into this. Once it hits your warp, you could pull it back to your hand. So, I mean, it basically recycles itself, which is pretty awesome. Then you got your 10k combo cards. Supreme Cry of Time, World's Protector. And, I mean, this is probably better than most of the 10ks. Because most of them you need 4 life or less to activate them. This one is, as soon as you have 5 or more cards in your warp, this goes active. So, literally, like turn 2, you could already have your 10k combo, which is pretty good. Then this card, then you have this card, Toa, Space Time Unleashed. I mean, it lets you search for Miras and Mass Saiyans, but, in this deck, it's not really so good, because, I mean, you only have 1 Mass Saiyan, and, like, your Mass Saiyan and your Mira card's, like, barely 4 cards, and you have 4 of these to search it out for. It only searches up to your top 7, so, I mean, you could probably use this for, like, other stuff, and, like, there's the cards that evolve on top of this, so, I mean, in this deck, not so great, but maybe, like, this could be used for some other combinations. Then you got 2 Dark Plot, which is, if you don't know, it's activate main. Choose up to 1 battle card in your warp with an energy cost of 4 or less and play it. If you use this card skill to play a card with Overwhelm, choose 3 of your energies and switch them back to active mode. So, I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, so 4 or less. So, basically, you could only get back the Mass Saiyan, I think. At least in this deck, because the Xeno Trunks is not Overwhelm. So, I mean, in this deck, maybe not so good, but, like, if you put other cards that are, like, 4 Overwhelm in, like, this actually, I think this would be a pretty good card. I mean, you have to pay energies, but, I mean, basically, you could get an Overwhelm card back, then you could actually use Overwhelm, and then get another card. So, I mean, it can be useful. And then you have your 4 black negates, which is negate this attack. Then you may place 2 cards from your hand in the drop. If you do so, you could add it back to your hand. So, I mean, if you have some cards that you don't really want to play, and, like, you see your opponent's going to attack you, you can negate, throw 2 useless cards that you don't want to help. Maybe you'll use it for overwhelming, so then you can get it back and then block another attack. So that was all the black cards that are in this deck. And then you got the green cards that they put in here. So you got 2 Gohan Family of Justice, 10k blockers, basically, with 5k combo. You get a playset of energy power Gohan, or Gotenks. And this is probably, like, maybe the best green card that they give you in this deck. I mean, just helps you drop your opponent's hand count down. Then you got 2 Bundle of Curiosity Son Gokus, basically for drawing. You play it and you draw 1 card. Then you got 4 plain vanilla Vegetas, which, I mean, if you're playing this deck with your friends, you probably want to charge this one, instead of actually playing it. Because, I mean, it has no effects, no nothing. Then you got a playset of Pressure Assault Super Saiyan Son Goku. It has dual attack, and then when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO them. So, I mean, not bad. I mean, it doesn't give you a, like, power limit or a level. So, I mean, you could basically use this to pop anything, which is, I mean, not that bad. It has dual attack, 20,000. If only its cost wasn't so high. Like, maybe if they gave you, like, maybe if it had evolved, then you could use the bundle of Curiosity Goku to evolve into it. That would make it better, but it's not. And then you have Unyielding Justice Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. You get a playset of these. It's a 20,000 blocker with barrier, and it evolves for 1 green and 2 other color energies from a future Trunks. Then auto, when you evolve into this card, draw 1 card, so 20,000 again. And then the card that you'd probably be evolving that from would be the Trunks Bridge to the Future. Its auto is when you play this card from your hand, look up to 2 cards and choose one Saiyan among them and add it to your hand, and then place the other one in your drop area. So, I mean, play this card, you evolve into this one, then you got blocker and barrier on it, and then you draw a card. So, I mean, it's alright, but I mean, I think they could have put some, like, more decent cards in here. I mean, not that they're all bad, but, like, instead of I mean, as much as I like Gohan, like, the Son Goten Family of Justice probably would have been a better one, because, I mean, lets you pop cards. And then, like, instead of the Vegeta, like, they would have put something else. Or if they would have gave you, like, a Vegeta that evolves on top of this one, that would probably be better, too. But, yeah, that was the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I think it's a good starter. Like, if you're just getting into the game, like, you could get it and then add other cards to it and make it pretty strong. Hopefully, I hope to pick up the Super Saiyan GT Goku one, the Extreme Evolution decks. I hope to pick those up soon, so then I could also do a deck profile, because I mean, these starter decks aren't that bad, especially these new ones. Like, Mass Saiyan's a pretty good leader, and then, like, the GT one has, like, a lot of good cards that you could use to build. I know that the Pan Leader card is a pretty good card, and, like, you could basically use, I mean, the Goku one that comes in the deck is good too, but, like, you could play the Pan one and then combine it with some of the cards from that deck. And then, I mean, like, this Pan could add to it too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe. I do appreciate it. Join our Saiyan Nation. And tell me if you yourself have picked up the starter decks, or if you plan to, or, like, what's your thoughts about them. And yeah, this is Bruce Ellis. Till next time.